Well, I was going to thank everybody for being here tonight, but Haley and Gigi took care of that. I did want to go ahead and thank Haley. Is it Gigi or Christian tonight? Gigi, perfect. I just wanted to thank Haley and Gigi for the time, effort, money put into throwing Rhett this fabulous 6th birthday party. You shouldn't have.
The stress.
So much better than Chuck E. Cheese. But no, a couple years ago, my husband gave an incredible best man speech, and so when I started to put this together, I asked him for some advice, to which he gave me some generic advice, generally unhelpful. But then he got this little twinkle in his eye, and he was like, well, I do have a couple things you shouldn't do. Rule number 1. And he said, rule number 1, don't get up there and cry the whole time about how much you love your sister. It makes things weird. Try my best. But rule number 2, this one he was very serious about. If you know my husband, he loves to do an impression. And so he stood up and grabbed his fake mic, and he said, whatever you do, don't get up there and start your speech like this. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lindsey. I'm Haley's sister and best friend. Although he couldn't offer me any tips on how to start it, so I'm just gonna dive right in here. But in all seriousness, Haley truly is my best friend. But our road to best friendship was not an easy one, as many of you have witnessed. Haley and I are 6 years apart, which in sister years is a lot. I feel like growing up, we were always in very different phases of life. To kind of paint the picture for you, I'm going to take you on a little side quest and tell you a story. She's going to kill me for telling you this, but a couple months ago, sorry about all my pages in the mic here. I'm off.
You killed it.
Am I back?
Back on.
Okay. No, a couple months ago I was planning Haley's bachelorette party, and one day I put together this shared playlist of songs I thought were great. Sent them to all the ladies who were attending the bachelorette party, told them to add to it, and within minutes, songs started mysteriously disappearing. I already knew who it was. I called her up, true sisterly fashion, I called her up in the middle of her work day. She picks up the phone and starts laughing. She already knows what I'm calling about. We go back and forth about a couple of songs. There was one in particular that she was adamant about not having on the playlist. And so I said something along the lines of, I don't know, this is a great song. Like, it's a perfect bachelorette party song. Doesn't it just take you back to college? You know, like shaking your ass at a frat party? To which she replied, you know that tone that sisters get when they've had enough of your shit? She's like, Lindsey, when you were shaking your ass to that song at a bachelorette party, at a frat party, I was 12. Shaking my ass to that song at my friend's bat mitzvahs. So, no, we're not including it. But it was all in jest. Somewhere along the way, between the fighting over clothing theft and the physical altercations over whose turn it was to unload the dishwasher, I knew she would say that. I have a scar. She's lying. We formed an unbreakable bond. I hope everyone, I'm breaking rule number 1. Here I go. I hope everyone in this room has a Haley in their life. She is sunshine in human form. She's confident, resilient, and compassionate. But what I love the most about her, I think we can all agree, is the way that she makes people feel. Every single day she goes out of her way to make sure the people that she loves feel seen and heard and valued. She's the best friend, the best sister, the best daughter, and the very best Aunt Hey. Practically their second mother. Thank you for that. We're all better people for knowing her. Even when we weren't getting along, I was always very protective of her. And yes, I know the actual rule number 1 of a maid of honor speech is to not bring up the bride's dating history. But I have a point to this, I promise. Whenever Haley brought a male suitor home to introduce them to their family, our family, it was always the same. So she'd bring this person home. My mom would just embrace them like the sweetheart that she is. My dad, very politely, would shake their hand and then he'd hit them with a, I have a gun. My brother was always cordial, but he let them know he meant business. And then there was me. I made sure they knew to be scared. That was intentional. Then Giggy came along. Or as my 3-year-old lovingly calls him, Gaggy. We love that word. The first time I met Giggy, we were at my parents' house hanging out around the bonfire, as we do. We talked, we listened to music, and afterwards, Haley was like, "So what do you think about him?" And I said, "I don't know, he's quiet." Which is hilarious, because if you know Giggy, quiet's not the word. Kind, yes. Charismatic, definitely. Life of the party, absolutely. Quiet, nope, not on the list. He just needed a minute though, and once he opened up, he was in. In fact, Giggy recently reminded me, and again last night, of the moment he knew he had been accepted by Haley's scary older sister. We were at our family's annual 500 tailgate, and after a couple of drinks, or several drinks, so many drinks, yeah. I looked at him and I just said, "I like you." He gave me that infamous Giggy giggle, a big hug, and that was it. He's been my brother ever since. Get this girl lemonade. Giggy, you came into Haley's life during a very difficult time for our family. I watched you show up for her. You lifted her up and supported her through, and loved her through it. The way you love your family, especially your mom, tells me everything I need to know. You're going to be an incredible husband to my sister. Woo! Number 1. Haley and Giggy. No one leaves this life unscathed. It's full of hardships and even more joy. Choosing the person who will stand beside you through those peaks and valleys is perhaps the most important decision that you will ever make. Watching the two of you, last page of this, it's clear that you found exactly that in one another. May you continue to face life's challenges hand in hand, celebrate its joys wholeheartedly, and always remember how lucky you are to have found each other. So cheers to Hey Hey and Gay Gay.